back to another episode of Musical Chairs with me, Cheer Up Charlie. And today we have the amazing, the wonderful. She gave some girls a hard knock life and tried to make sure the sun wouldn't come out tomorrow. And then she said, Papa, that's how it goes. And she said she'd do just about anything. She's Jodie Prenger, everybody! Woo, woo,
oh, do you know what? I love you. What an intro. What an intro. How are you, darling? Are you okay?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very, very good. Very good. Glad we're getting over all this kind of lockdown, and
yeah,
there's a light at the end of the tunnel for us all, isn't there?
Yeah. So, if you're ready, I'll get right into the questions.
Oh, okay. I'm scared.
Don't be scared until I get to the funny questions.
Okay. I'll save it. I'll save it for them.
Even as young as I am, I know that I want to perform, interview, and whatever else I can do involving the arts. When you were growing up, what did you want to do? Did you always know there was the stage, or did you have something else you wanted to do?
That's a really good question. And funny enough, I talked about this not that long ago. I remember growing up in Blackpool in 1927. And at the time, my mum and dad, they had a B&B there, like a hotel. And in that hotel, you used to sleep about 100 and you have to entertain the guests, don't you? So they used to book acts. And apart from, I remember my nan couldn't sing a note in her head. She used to mime to Shirley Valentine and do all the songs as well as long as he needs me. But they booked a drag queen called Jackie Lester. And I never forget seeing, and she was singing a song called My Boy Lollipop, and I just saw it and I was like, oh, I don't know if I was like, I want to be a drag queen or I want to work in showbiz, but it was just fun. And growing up, I just loved it. It was something, Charlie, you'll know exactly how it feels. It's just something you love. You have so much passion for. And I went to a girls' school, so sadly, because I was a chubba but I always got to play all the male roles. So it was good because I've played Phantom of the Opera, Master of the House. I've done all the parts, but it was nice to play a female role when I did Nancy. So yeah, that's what I did. But yeah, you always know, don't you? You just when did you think you knew? When was your kind of turning point that you thought, I want to do that?
Well, I knew that I loved musical theatre for a while. Wait, are we turning this interview around? Are you interviewing me?
Oh no, it's so lovely to chat to you. What was the first musical you ever saw? What was the first musical you ever saw?
The first musical I ever saw was The Lion King. And then I always knew I loved musical theatre. But when I figured out I really wanted to do it was probably when Cheer Up Charlie first kicked off and all the messages came in.
It's amazing, honestly. What you've done, what you represent, I feel like a mother. I feel I'm so proud of you, but I really am. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Sorry.
So my parents have had a huge learning curve and a very quick one too. Did your parents know the industry, and were they always supportive? As the more I'm involved, the more I realise that it is just as important for parents to know just as much as the child.
Yeah, Charlie, honestly, so true. My mum and dad, they're not musical in the slightest. My granddad could play 3 tunes on an organ. We could only ever figure out which one of them were. And but they were, do you know what? They were so supportive because I used to, I'm so embarrassed. I used to like be a beautician and do like nails and stuff. And I used to drive around in a pink Jeep. I mean, who do I think I am? And they were just as supportive as me being a nail technician as they were to when I first started out. And God love my dad, you had to buy all your own equipment. And I remember you had to lug it to these working men's clubs and like get it inside. And my poor dad had to sit there putting like the little discs in when I played and stuff. So they were I couldn't have done it without them, and I think anyone who's got kids who want to go into the industry, just be as supportive as you can. And if they don't want to do it, they don't have to do it. Just, support them how you can. So, yeah, they were really supportive.
So, as you said, you
Yeah.
grew up in Blackpool. Did you do any formal training, and do you think the arts should be accessible to all, regardless of their backgrounds?
I think, funny enough, one of the last real, I call it, productions we did was Taste of Honey. And that was a National Theatre production. And we toured it, and we also took it into town, into the West End. But I remember doing a Q&A with a group of kids whilst on tour. And we all sat there, all kind of, everyone who was involved in it. And they were like, what training have you had? And it went from somebody who had like literally no training whatsoever to somebody who'd like probably done another 6 years. I don't know, but it covered the whole spectrum, which I think goes to show it's like the group you get to work together. You know, you either gel or you don't. I myself, I did a BTEC course and absolutely loved it. But I then went to do a musical theatre course, and this is why I really relate to you. I was bullied. I was bullied at school. I was bullied doing this course, and I left because of that. And I'm a bit ashamed of that, because I kind of go, why did I let them beat me? But it was the fight afterwards, you know, to constantly go for auditions and keep going. So it's that thing, you know, it's like you, Charlie, you know, they might have tried to have their day, but kid, you carried on shining, and that's all you can do. So you know, you're an inspiration to me, and I hope you're an inspiration to so many others that, you know, I wish you were around when I was getting bullied, because it kind of gives you that message just to like, oh, just keep going, stuff them. That's what I say, stuff them.
Yeah. So what possessed you to go on the show I'd Do Anything, which it did go on to win and land the role of Nancy in Oliver, working for Cameron Mackintosh, but still, what possessed you to go on there originally?
Do you know what? This is another thing. Again, I've told this story before, but I kind of gave up. I wasn't getting the auditions. I used to come out in floods of tears going, I'm never going to do it again. And because you build yourself up going, oh, so close, it's so close. So I gave up. My mum heard it on Graham Norton's radio show, and I just went. And to be honest, every week I was shocked I got through. I'm still shocked that you got that far, but it was just a brilliant opportunity, and all the girls were amazing, and it was just, loved it. And the show itself was just, Oliver's just fantastic. You'd be a good Oliver. You'd be really good. Mind you, getting a bit old now. You're still a baby though, aren't you?
Yeah, so you've had some amazing roles and appeared in Oliver, Annie, Spamalot, A Taste of Honey, to name a few. Which role has really stood out to you, and do you prefer touring or the West End?
Oh, that's tough. That's a tough question. Shows are like children. You can never really tell them which one's your favourite. I've loved a little bit of them all, you know, and you carry on through. The latest show we've just done, the band plays on by Chris Bush, is beautiful. Taste of Honey was amazing. One Man, Two Guvnors was so much fun. Abigail's Party. Oh, I love Shirley. I loved them all. I love them all. Okay. But I enjoyed meeting you when you came to watch Annie.
Annie was really good. Annie was really, really good.
We were so excited when you were coming in. I was like, there's going to be a red carpet pulled out here, I'm sure. But everybody was so excited. We're like, oh my God, it's here. Like, oh my God. It was great.
Yeah, it was really good. So now I'm still waiting to get my Blue Peter badge. So how amazing was it to win a What's on Stage award for Best Supporting Actress for your role as Nancy?
I've still got it. I've still got it. It's packed away because I'm doing a very stupid thing, Charlie. I'm moving during a pandemic, but I've still got it, and I still dust it off, and I still smile. It's stuff like that, you know. You kind of never expect. You go into these kind of reality world, and you don't expect the love and support. Like you, do you know, when you were saying you were shocked at the reaction, I just was taken aback because I thought, oh, it's just me, but no, I've got lots of proud moments, as I'm sure you do. So yeah, that's definitely one of my little faves.
Yeah. Yeah. So I first met you when Charlie was born, and I was lucky enough to come and see you in Annie, as you said. And now I'm in a position to use my voice as a positive tool for many kids today. And luckily for me, my profile keeps growing, which allows me to speak to people like you that give my generation the hope that things will change. Do you think negativity around the arts is something that we will ever be able to tackle and stamp out the bullying that occurs?
I really hope so, and I'm sure it will. And your voice is so loud and so beautiful that it does make changes. It sends out waves. It's, you know, it lets the bully know that, look, it's not right. And they do. And there was a great example when the first day when we all stood around for a taste of honey. That was something that was reflected. You kind of, I mean, you'll know, you stand around and you tell each other what your name is, and then you get halfway around the circle, you go, I forgot her name. Do you know what I mean? But at the kind of the first day, I call it the first day of school, there was a big talk on kind of, look, if you face any bullying, if you come across any bullying, please let us know. So look, it's your voice is making a difference, and just please keep going. Keep doing what you're doing, because you're making a change.
The arts is such a giving community. Do you work with any performing arts schools or charities?
Yes, I do a lot with the kind of the Theatre Support Fund. We've just been working with Lancaster University with their team. They're brilliant. And yeah, and again with acting for others. So I always implore for everyone to do what you can, you know, support each other, and we'll get through it. You know, we're all stronger together, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, if you could give yourself some advice as a child, knowing what you know now as an adult, what would it be?
Don't get a perm, and don't wear. Oh, honestly, Charlie should have seen me. I used to have a really tight perm and short hair, and these really big glasses, and I looked like Deirdre Barlow and Russell Grant's love child. It just wasn't a good look. So I'd definitely say don't get that perm, Jodie. And probably the first, it was never shown on TV, but I was that nervous in the Nancy audition. I started to sing the song, and you had to sing it without music, a cappella. So I sang Once Upon a Time, the one from Anastasia, and I was that nervous. I started in a key that probably would have cats crying in Japan. It was that. It was awful. Honestly, it was really bad. So I stopped, and David Grinrod said, take a breath. And I was just, you know, when your heart pounds, like ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. And so I sang Don't Rain in My Parade, and I was okay. So yeah, I think it's just sometimes note to old self, don't get a perm and take a breath.
So Anastasia was no good?
Not if you wanted it about 5 octaves higher than the original key. No.
Ooh, and Anastasia isn't exactly the lowest.
Charlie, I know.
I'm just not even gonna imagine that in my head.
Yeah, don't. It'll hurt your ears just thinking of it. No, don't do that.
So now for the funny questions. Woo-hoo!
Oh,
Here we go. So at least 4 times a day, I get the mum look, because apparently I ask questions that have absolutely no answer, but I still ask anyway. That's probably why I do these chats, because everyone has to answer my questions. So, is there anything that your partner always tells you off for?
No, he doesn't dare.
Is there anything that your partner should tell you off for?
Oh, probably I'm really messy. I'm really, really messy. I just throw everything out. But I usually, especially when I'm working away, I don't tell him off, but I have to. I phone him up and I go, right, Simon, have you checked in on the chickens? Have you fed the dogs? Have you fed the cats? Have you fed the cows? Are the ducks okay? So I'm kind of like,
wait, you have cows Sergeant. And ducks and chickens?
Yeah. Honestly, I always say, don't start me talking about animals. Yeah, they're amazing. So I've got a rescue farm, so I rescue lots of animals. So I'm actually Oh, the dogs have all got biscuits in the kitchen. You're probably, there's been a couple of cats crawl around and the chickens are all outside and the cows are at the back. But I love it.
And the
So
ducks?
if they ever get
Where are
you
the
to
ducks?
listen, well, they're outside. They've got like a little pond. But if they ever ask you to play Doctor Doolittle, right, just call me up and I can, I can send over the troop. I'll build an ark, get them over to you, no problem.
I'm the new Robert Downey Jr.
Of course, I've seen it. Is it any good, that film?
Oh, yeah, it's good. It's really good. Really good. Because I've never seen the original. I've only seen the new one.
Oh, right, okay. You need to watch the original. It's great. Anyway,
okay. So you have had some incredible roles. Which role would be your dream, regardless of gender, era, or animal?
Oh, gosh.
So yes, you could play an animal if you wanted to.
I could do, couldn't I? I don't know. I do love Gypsy or Hello Dolly or Martha, and Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. Oh, there's so many, isn't there? That's the thing, isn't it? Do you know, isn't that great about theatre, that you have the access to kind of be all these different people? And it's, that's one thing, it's really interesting because you go into each job and you learn about different eras and kind of different characteristics. But yeah, probably Gypsy. I'd love to do Gypsy.
Cool. I've already got the animal one, and you'll
go on.
The dog from Annie. That'd be fun. Just running around.
Do you know she was called? Do you know She was called Amber, the dog, and she
was in the program.
Oh, she was amazing. She literally knew exactly when to go on. I mean, she was so well looked after. So
and also, just running around on stage in front of a bunch of people, getting "aww" and eating treats. That's like a dream.
What I love, and I loved it about Oliver, is when, like, the dog, it was either Bodger. I still remember the name of the dogs, Bodger or Lottie. When they came on with Oliver, they always got the biggest cheer, but I was like cheering them behind. I just think they're brilliant. They say don't work with children and animals, and to be fair, they're the best ones to work with. You know what I mean?
So, if you could merge two voices together and work with them, who would it be? Because I would love to do a duet with, like, not do a duet. I would like to have Neil Diamond and Miley Cyrus do a song with me.
That's a really good mix. I wouldn't have thought that, but Charlie, that is a really good mix. I wouldn't have thought. See, I'm going to go old school here. I'm going to say Liza Minnelli and Patti LuPone.
But I've heard of Liza Minnelli, but I've never heard of Patti LuPone.
How do I turn this Zoom off? Oh, how do I do it? Right, listen. That I'm giving you. I know. I'm giving you homework here. You need to go and Google Patti LuPone.
Okay.
And then text me and let me know what you think.
Okay.
She's amazing. There's a great story. I can't remember the name of the show. It was on Broadway, and somebody was on the phone. And it was done in a round, I think. And then literally, as Patti LuPone walked off, she grabbed the phone and took it into a dressing room. So it came off the phone. I just love it. So, yeah.
So, what is the most embarrassing thing you have done and up until today thought you had got away with on something like the red carpet or the stage?
I don't know where to begin. I've got loads. That's just typical me. I remember talking about the night on What's on Stage. Oh, I thought I bought a new dress. It looked lovely. And I was walking on the red carpet, and there was one of the photographers that I always knew, and he looked, oh, bless you too, for good luck. And he looked at my dress, and I still had the tag on it. It was hanging off the bottom. I've done loads, Charlie. I've fallen flat on my face on stage in Les Mis, and the whole audience went, ooh. Have my wigs come off. I could go on. I could go on for hours. I am a calamity. Oh, that was a good show, Calamity Jane, but I am a calamity.
So, now I know that you have a voice of an angel, so this cannot possibly count for you. But do you have any disgusting habits?
Do you know what? No habits, but I end up
Disgusting
whatever show I
things you
do, I end
do.
up doing like
Or just disgusting things you do in general.
I've got the worst thing is if people don't know me, it always comes as a shock. But sometimes when I hiccup, it sounds like a dinosaur crossed with a dolphin. It's really weird. Honestly, I've only met a few people.
I'm just trying to imagine that.
It's weird. You're not far wrong. You're not far wrong. It's just and there is a name for it or something, but it's like a really weird kind of reflex, and it's kind of gross. It's not nice, and it scares people when I'm first with them. And I go, I'm so sorry, it's just wind. There you go.
Okay. Move on. Let's move on.
Okay. Taxi for one.
All right. So, who would you go and eavesdrop on if you were invisible?
If I was invisible.
Oh, sorry. I didn't even say what this was now. It's quickfire questions. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Who would you go and eavesdrop on if you were invisible?
I would go and eavesdrop on. Oh gosh, Gerard Butler.
Favorite animal?
He was Phantom the Opera in the film.
Oh,
my favorite animal.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, oh god.
Judy, that's like choosing what type of puppy is your favorite.
One of my favorite animals, and she's sadly no longer with us, was Leia, my favorite chicken. He used to sit on my shoulder like a parrot. Anyway, there you go.
So a shoulder sitting on chicken named Leia.
Named Leia.
Did it say, I'm a pretty bird? I'm a pretty bird.
She used to stay there for ages, like for hours, just sit there on my shoulder. It's just weird.
Childhood book.
My childhood book was Roald Dahl's poems, and it was so it was a poem book by Roald Dahl.
Cool. Favorite city?
Favorite city? New York. Love that place.
Yeah.
Absolutely adore it.
Heels or flats?
Oh, heels, but I've worn a lot of wellies over lockdown.
Favorite place to eat?
Oh, favorite place to eat would be Thai. I love Thai I love Thai food.
Yeah, we'll have to go.
Do you like Thai food?
Yeah, we'll have to go for dinner one time after lockdown.
It's on me. Treats on me. Spring rolls are on me.
Mum won't allow that. Favorite ice cream flavour?
Oh, there's a place in Blackpool called Notriani's, and it only does vanilla, but it is sensational. So it's a vanilla. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I'll take you there when you come to Blackpool. I'll treat you there.
Yeah, my favourite is it's this place down in Dorset, Lulworth Cove, next to Duddledore, and they do this most amazing homemade ice cream, and one of the flavours is Milky Way ice cream. So it's got ripples of chocolate through it, bits of chunks of Milky Way in it, and then chocolate sauce all over it, and it's just.
You're making me hungry. Do you think it'll still be open?
Favorite place to holiday?
Oh gosh, I love Morocco. That was fun. Ooh. Yeah, really enjoyed that.
Who is funnier, you or your partner?
I'm going to say me.
I'm sure if I asked your partner, he would say himself.
Yeah, he probably would.
Two things to take to a deserted island.
Oh, it would definitely. My iPhone is awful, isn't it? I'm slightly addicted, and a toothbrush. Always keep your teeth clean.
People always go for the luxuries. I always would go luxuries, yet still be able to get off the deserted island.
Yeah, but come on, we've all seen Castaway with Tom Hanks. I don't want to kind of start yanking my teeth out in the middle of like being deserted. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but what if the thing you took was a cruise and a crew to go on that cruise?
Okay, I'm liking the way. Yeah, okay, I'll go with that. But I still want a toothbrush.
Yeah, but that crew could supply that toothbrush.
That's true. I'm just not good with an all-you-can-eat buffet. All
right, so now now's the time for a tongue twister.
Okay. Oh no. Okay. I'm terrible at these, but go on.
Repeat after me and then go on your own.
Okay.
We surely shall see.
We surely shall see
The sun shine soon.
the sunshine soon. We surely shall see the sunshine soon.
Woo!
Did I do that?
Yay! First try. You.
Fantastic.
And that's it. 5 times
That's
fast.
I'm really bad at them as well. The one I can never say is the unique New York. I can never get about 10.
Unique New York. That one, or is it?
New York.
Yeah, that one. That one's a annoying one. Yeah. Now say the tongue twister I just gave you 5 times fast.
What is it? She's. What is it? She shall.
We surely shall see the sun shine soon.
We surely shall see the sunshine soon. We surely shall see the sunshine. Oh, see, I told you. We surely shall see the sunshine soon. See, it's all around you. We surely shall see the sunshine soon.
Yay!
How many times? Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I'm not going to get a medal for it.
For the first one, you're at the top of the leaderboard, and for the other ones, you're near the top of the leaderboard, which is good.
Thank you.
Well done. You did really well there. And good news and bad news. The good news is you got through the interview and survived. Woo! The bad news is the interview's over. Unless you really hated the interview, then it's not bad news.
But I didn't. It was so much fun, and we had a really good laugh.
Really good laugh.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jodie. That was so fun and so amazing. It was a pleasure and an honour interviewing you.
Oh, get out of it. It's an honour speaking to you again.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
sweetheart.
Jodie. Bye.
Bye, sweetheart. Take care. Lots of love. Bye. Love.
What another amazing interview. Oh, did you guys enjoy it? If you want more funny, hilarious interviews like that, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on that notifications bell, and go follow my Instagram to help make a change. All it is, 4 clicks. Just 4. Okay? Like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and follow my Instagram. Whoop whoop. My Instagram, if you don't know, is at Cheer Up Charlie. My Twitter is at Charlie Christens, and my Facebook is the same as my Instagram. Okay, so follow all of them. Have a good week. I don't know, week, month, year, life. Have a good life. Remember, keep being kind to yourself and others, and keep letting your light shine.